Eternal Rest. It was midnight, and Rachel was walking through the quiet streets of her small town. The moonlight cast eerie shadows through the dark windows of abandoned houses. Rachel had gone out to search for her best friend who had gone missing. Taking a deep breath, she turned on her flashlight and started walking toward the old cemetery of the town. When she pushed open the cemetery's iron gate, the creaking sound pierced the night. As she stepped inside, an eerie silence enveloped her. Suddenly, a cold breeze blew, and she heard a whisper, "Rachel, help me." Rachel pointed her flashlight in the direction of the voice, but saw no one. She quickened her steps, moving between the gravestones. For a moment, she stopped in front of the grave of her best friend, Emily. Emily had died in a tragic accident a few years ago, and Rachel had spent many nights crying at her graveside. Suddenly, she noticed movement behind Emily's gravestone. With trembling hands, she raised her flashlight again, and what she saw made her freeze in terror. Emily's lifeless body seemed to have risen from the grave. Her eyes were hollow, her skin pale, and she was clawing at the ground, crawling towards Rachel. "Rachel, help me," Emily's voice moaned. Rachel, paralyzed with fear, couldn't move her feet as if they were rooted to the spot. Emily crawled up to Rachel's feet, her cold hands grasping Rachel's wrists. "You left me here alone," she said, her voice trembling. "But we won't be alone anymore." Rachel, her eyes filled with tears, whispered, "I'm sorry. Emily, I never wanted to lose you." Emily's eyes softened for a moment, but then they turned hollow again. "There is a way to save me," she said softly. "My soul needs to find peace. Only then can I be free." Rachel held Emily's hand tightly and understood what she needed to do. Together they walked toward the old church. The church doors were rusty and almost completely collapsed. As they entered, Rachel shone her flashlight around and found an old prayer book. Emily looked at the book and said, "This contains the prayers needed to put souls at rest." Rachel opened the book and began reading the prayers. As the words flowed from her lips, a light shone inside the church. Emily's body slowly became translucent, and tears of gratitude flowed from her eyes. "Thank you, Rachel," she said for the last time. "Now I can find peace." After Emily's body completely disappeared, Rachel was left alone. As she left the church, she took one last look at her friend's grave and took a deep breath. She had put Emily's soul to rest, and now the dark streets of the town seemed less frightening to her. But still, she would never forget the horror she had experienced that night.